Hi everyone. In this video, I want to take some time to talk about self-awareness with working out and overtraining. So if you're not very self-aware and you just go to the gym and do your thing every day and come home, you may not realize that you have some symptoms of overtraining. So I'm going to tell you what some of those symptoms are and explain the importance of self-awareness. Some symptoms of overtraining include lack of sleep or frequently interrupted sleep. So if you're getting up 3 or 4 times at night, your body is not getting very much REM sleep, which is very important for your mental health as well as repairing your body from the workouts and the stress that you've put it through. Another common symptom of overtraining is craving sugar. And I know that sometimes it's hard to decide, am I craving sugar because I'm eating fairly healthy all the time, or am I craving sugar because I'm overtraining? If you're overtraining and you're craving sugar, it's going to be a very strong craving. And then when you start popping the M&Ms in your mouth, it's going to be, I can't get enough of this and I'm just going to keep going type of thing. Another common symptom is not wanting to eat. Your appetite goes down, but then you walk into the store and you're like, oh my gosh, everything looks good. Even though if you're at work, you're like, well, that's weird, it's lunchtime and I'm not really hungry. If you see this for a few days, that's a very common symptom of overtraining. Another common symptom is nagging injuries that just seem to not go away. So if you tweak your bicep while you're working out or your hamstring and you take a couple days off from the gym and you're like, yep, this still is just not going away. You go back to the gym on the 3rd day and you're on the elliptical trying to do a quick warm up or using resistance bands and you're like, man, I can still feel that. It's very hard for your body to heal an injury when you're overtraining because your body is trying to do so many important processes at once, which include digesting your food, repairing and replenishing of all of the cells that you have in your body. So your body repairing itself from working out is not the only thing that your body's trying to work on. It's one of 7,000 that your body's trying to work on at that point in time. So it's very important to be self-aware and diligent about your workouts and understanding the importance of rest days. So if you have a program that tells you to work out 6 days a week, but you injure yourself, you probably should take 2, 3, 4 days off, depending on the severity of the injury. But that's up to you to be aware enough to understand, okay, this is still bothering me, even though I'm supposed to do a workout this day, I'm going to take the day off, or finding exercises around that to avoid it. If you have a hamstring injury, you can bench, you can do some of the machines for upper body, but you shouldn't be going in there trying to do front and back squats and everything else just because your program tells you to do that on that day. It's very important to pay attention to this. And a lot of people push through it. I pushed through many warning signs that my body gave me. My sleep was not good, very interrupted. I would be getting up 5 or 6 times throughout the night. And then it was okay, well, I guess I'm going to read a book, clean my kitchen, whatever. That was all fine and dandy. And I would get up in the morning and tell myself that I felt accomplished because I cleaned my kitchen at 2 a.m. Was I happy that I woke up and the kitchen was clean? Yes, I was. But I would still get up at 4, make myself work out, and then be like, man, I'm exhausted. I did tweak an ab muscle months ago. It's probably been 4 or 5 months since I did that, and it still has not healed. I have to be extremely careful when I go to the gym and do a way beyond warm up in order to keep this from absolutely killing me throughout the duration of my workout. And that's not good. So I'm currently taking a week off from working out, which I've toyed with this idea for too long, and I was finally like, yes, I really need to do this. I'm also going to college, which takes up quite a bit of my time, and I was prioritizing my workouts around spending time with my kids, making dinner, my homework. And why I say around and not above is because I would wake up really early in the morning. and work out. Or I would go to the gym at 9 o'clock at night when I'm done with work. So I wasn't necessarily missing out on time with my kids because they were in bed during this time. But I would cut my sleep in order to do that, or cut down on the time that I would give myself for my homework. So when I would do my homework or take a test, I would like hammer that out, and I would have myself so stressed out doing that because I was like, okay, I got 30 minutes to take this test in which I'm given 2 hours to take. Probably should take closer to the full time to do that, but I want to get this workout in, right? So it's very important to be self-aware and recognize these things. And I'm, hard-headed. Like, I feel like a lot of people that go to the gym and are diehards about it actually are. But it is important to prioritize other things in our lives as well, including self-care. And self-care for you might even look like, yep, I'm going to give myself an hour and a half to do this test today instead of stressing myself out so bad mentally. Another thing that's very important to keep in mind is that although we feel that the gym is a stress reliever and cardio is a stress reliever because we're doing something that we actually want to do and we're not forced to do, is that it stresses our body. Like, the damage that we do to our cells and our muscles and our tendons while we are working out, our body is stressed because it has to repair that, and it takes quite a bit of time to do so, and working out 6 days a week is usually, that one rest day is usually not enough. So keep in mind the external factors of stress: work, relationships, spending time with your kids, if your kid's having a bad week in school or whatever. All of these things can pile up and add to the amount of stress that you're having in your life. And then going to the gym and doing HIIT training or steady state cardio is going to stress your body out further. Does lifting weights stress your body? Yes, it absolutely does, but it's a lot more mitigated than the amount of stress that you're putting on your body from steady state cardio and high intensity interval training. Those increase your cortisol quite a bit. And if you've had a stressful day at work, or, a lower night of sleep, or you're stressed because of your child in school or whatever, these are all things that add up, and you have to be self-aware and say, you know what, I had a really stressful day today. Instead of going to the gym and running 3 miles, I'm going to do a couple things for lifting and then a couple deep breathing exercises. And then I'm going to go home and spend time with my family. But don't take that as like, okay, had a really stressful day at work, I'm going to go home and eat all the mac and cheese. No, you should still either go to the gym and do a couple of exercise, like lifting exercises to get your mind right, or sit in your car for 10 minutes and meditate, take some deep breaths, whatever, or even go and walk for 20 minutes. But make sure you get your mind right before you get home, because you don't want to add stress on top of stress. Feeding your body crap food is going to add more stress on your body. And if you don't really relieve the stress from what you were feeling that day at work or whatever, you might go home and take it out on your family in some sort of a way, like you might be a little bit more on edge. So these are just all things to think about, and a good opportunity to understand why self-awareness is important to our body and to our mind. Have a great day.